Manchester is one of the fastest growing cities in the whole of Europe. We have got one fantastic transport system, 2 hours to London from Manchester.
We're a phenomenally successful city here in Manchester, right from our universities. We're the leading university city in Europe with over 100,000 students at any one time.
Those students are deciding to stay on in the city because the cost of living is less than 50% of that it is in London.
Manchester has got its own unique cultural music vibe. There's a bar, cafe scene.
We have a fantastic local authority here, very progressive in making sure the city is constantly growing. Sporting heritage here with the football teams, the jobs creation here in Manchester.
We have more tech startups in Manchester than anywhere else in the whole of the UK. 80 of the FTSE 100.
All the ingredients for our target market.
As far as the UK goes, why would you want to live anywhere else other than Manchester?
It's a fantastic place for the youth to live and create a life for themselves.
The property market in Manchester is booming. It's probably the fastest growing market in Europe. You can see behind us all the apartment blocks going up, the retail, commercial, leisure. It's creating a place that people want to live.
We're going through a delivery phase where projects are on site and they're being delivered. People are looking far more towards Manchester than they are the rest of the country.
Right now we have a chronic shortage of supply of property here in Manchester. We haven't really built any new apartments, maybe 1,000 every year over the last 5 years, and yet we know we have demand for best part of about 10 to 12,000 apartments units right now to satisfy demand.
We've created a design that we believe is second to none. There is nothing else like it in the city. We're building with quality materials, polished concrete, we put amenity space in there.
Each space has been thought about from an architectural design point of view, and it all follows best practice so that you can walk around beds, you're not crammed in. There's a generosity about this development.
The specification is really at the top level of any other scheme in Manchester. We've got very expensive cladding system which will stand it out from everywhere else. Polished concrete external cladding, we've got large glazed windows, floor to ceiling height. These apartments can be split for dual rental income, maximising the rent opportunity.
The gateway or the entrance to the scheme is a historic building. It's a Grade 2 listed pub, and we are regenerating it and reusing it.
So rather than try and hide it within a modern new development, we've not. We've tried to, and we are restoring it and bringing it back to its former glory to make it pride of place, something that we and the locals can be proud of.
The heart of the scheme is a beautiful garden, a series of undulating, soft spaces that have trees, planting, barbecue pits.
Just the quantity of outside space that we'll be offering, it's by far one of the most important aspects that we hear from our rental customers that isn't being provided at the moment.
We undertook a 2-year study to bring the New York feeling to Manchester. We've got cinema rooms, we've got laundrettes which provide a communal space. We've got a cafe and bar on site so that we can get a community feel. And there's a fully equipped gymnasium.
The build is a total quality build. It's my name behind it, and it has to be. Fantastic locations in Manchester where you can walk into the city centre of Manchester within 5 minutes.
With Blackfriars, we've been able to craft a service out because of having that holistic management approach. We manage the property, we manage the apartment, but we also manage the customer. So not only will there be 24-hour concierge, which should come as a standard, but on site we will have a building services team which will manage the housekeeping, which will manage the janitorial services like waste management, parcel collection, and also in that team will be an on-site maintenance team. So any maintenance that needs to be done can be done much quicker, much cheaper and much more cost effectively, but also satisfy the customer. Things will get turned around much quicker.
And all this helps to create a destination where people want to go, live, but also stay in the evenings. And if they wanted to venture out, they can. You've got everything on your doorstep, and as I say, I don't think there is anything that has been designed as well. I mean, this is specifically designed for the rental market, what we call generation rent at the moment.
People can come here and not just be residents but make friends, and that is really important to the success of building a residential scheme here in Manchester. It's not just a property, it's a community where we create cohesion and friends and where people aspire to live. If people want to live here, then we'll rent these properties out much quicker and they'll pay more rent for that property.